Hey mamas! Today I thought that I would bring you along with us on our homeschool morning routine.
Alright, you guys, where are we going?
Canada!
My day typically starts at 6 a.m. is when my alarm will go off, and I have about an hour in the morning from the time I wake up to 7 o'clock when I teach for a company called VIP Kid. It's just like a little side hustle just to make some extra money. But that first hour of the day, I'll just kind of freshen up, get ready for the day, and I'll definitely have my Bible time at this point. I'll switch laundry. If there are dishes in the sink from the night before, I try to tackle that so that we can start our day out with like a fresh, clean slate. Right now, I've been going through the book of James and just kind of working my way through that. Now, today is Friday, and our homeschool week looks very different almost from day to day. On Monday, we have our homeschool co-op. We're a part of a Classical Conversations, a CC group. So Mondays, we are gone from the house from like 8:30 really. From 8:30 in the morning till about 3:30 in the afternoon is when we get home. And then Tuesdays and Wednesdays are just what I like to call our normal regular homeschool days. And then Thursdays and Fridays for the next 8 weeks, my husband has off of work. So you'll get to see what a homeschool day with dad home looks like. I just finished teaching this morning. I taught from 7 to 8, and it is just after 8 o'clock now. And I came downstairs and my big girls had already had their breakfast. But one of the things I really love about homeschooling is that we can have a slower paced morning. On Mondays, we kind of get a taste of what it's like to have to be up early and out the door early and at a certain time. It's our Classical Conversations, our CC homeschool co-op day, and we have to leave the house by 8 a.m. So it always feels like no matter how much I try to prep the Sunday night before, on Monday mornings, it's just crazy trying to get 5 kids fed, dressed, hair done, teeth brushed, lunches packed, making sure their backpacks have their presentations and all of their papers that they've written for essentials, and making sure we have tin whistles. And so it is a whole lot. And high five to you mamas who have kids in public school. It is a lot of work to get your kids out of the door early, and I can't imagine doing that 5 mornings a week. Pretty soon, my husband and I will have breakfast together. Those are not my arms. By the way. That's my husband making breakfast. Just in case there's any confusion about whose arms those are.
You gonna record the prayer?
Yeah. I can cut it out if it's not a good one.
Our Father who art in heaven, we beseech thee, bless our food.
Stop, I'm going to cut you out if you keep doing that.
Cut me out? Good thing Jesus doesn't cut me out. God, thank you so much for today and just having 2 days off in a row. Lord, thank you for this food. We just pray that you would bless it and help us get everything accomplished that we need to today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right. So we're about to have our little us time. The kids have disappeared and gone to the den or to their bedrooms. Just me and you, babe. It's a mix. And more junk listerine. Let's go.
More junk, less junk,
Less
more
junk,
journey.
more journey. My bad.
What's Thousands of Roots? Look at these people.
I like that. I like them. They have like a homestead.
Oh, I remember them. They had like all those
They're
problems
the ones with
in
that
the beginning.
story on how, yeah. So David and I just finished our breakfast time. We just kind of talked and did bills and talked about next year and vacations and just some dreams we have to do with the kids. So don't go too far. I'm getting ready to call you up.
Okay, I'm only in the den.
Okay, so now I'm getting ready to call the kids up. We're about to do our chore time. We probably spend about 20 or 30 minutes doing that every morning, just trying to get the house in order before our school day starts. And then After that, we'll move into our Bible time. Then we'll go into our classical conversations, review, memory work. And then after that, we'll go into me working with the younger ones, specifically on their math and their language arts and their reading. And while I'm doing that with the younger ones, my older girls are doing their independent work. And then my goal is that after lunch, I would work with my older daughters and work kind of more one-on-one with them, answering questions and helping them with what they need help with. But we're not going to get there because today's video is just our morning homeschool routine. So, all right, here we go. All right, guys, come on up. Chore time. Our chore system is, I just have this little sheet right here and I have all the kids' names, and every morning, depending on what I know needs to be done in the house, I assign certain tasks to the kids. So that's what we're about to do, is I'm about to assign them all their jobs.
Mama,
What?
I need pants.
You need pants. Daddy, don't get his bottom. He doesn't have britches on.
Too late.
All right, so River, this morning, I want you to, and Ben, you're gonna be a runner for Mom too, okay?
Let me switch that job to Daniel's job.
Nope, that's your job today. And when you're done with your job, what do you need to come do? You need to come see me, because if there's extra time, I might give you some more jobs to do. All right, so everybody know what they're doing?
Yeah. Set the time. Set the time.
All right, let's go. Around here is really simple and basic. We don't have a curriculum. We literally just read the Bible. So we just finished going through the book of 2 Samuel, and we learned about King David. The kids just recently picked for us to go through the book of Ruth, so that is what we're doing. We're actually on the very last chapter of Ruth right now. I do have plans. Did you do that?
No, I did.
It's actually really good.
He told me to do that.
Poop with eyes.
All right, so what did we read about yesterday in the book of Ruth? What was happening?
Ruth went into the field at night, and Boaz was like, she gave him like wine and like bread or something, and then he took a nap, and then she uncovered his feet and then laid at his feet, and then he sent her home with barley.
Yeah.
Like 9.
So he gave her like extra bushels of barley and food to take home to Naomi, right?
Yeah.
So chapter 4 talks about Boaz redeems Ruth. To confirm a transaction, the one drew off his sandal and gave it to the other, and this was the manner of attesting in Israel. So it'd be like our modern day handshake.
There's also some cultural significance to that. By giving him his sandal, he was surrendering his right to even walk on the land.
Oh, that's why it's good to have Daddy home during our Bible time. I didn't know that. That's really good. And the women of the neighborhood gave him a name, saying, "A son has been born to Naomi." And they named him Obed. And Obed was the father of Jesse, who was the father of King David. Makes me want to cry, like seriously, because we just read all about David. How cool is that? All right, so let's go ahead and pray and start our day. You guys ready? Father, thank you so much for this beautiful day. Lord, help us to count all of our blessings and to realize how blessed we truly are, especially in this season of Thanksgiving, this month of November. Help us to be really grateful for all the things that you've given us. Lord, we pray for your peace and your joy to just flood our home, fill our hearts. Help us to have a wonderful day and accomplish much. In your awesome name we pray. Amen. All right, so let's get into some of our CC memory work. All right, let's review some of our science. What are the classifications of living things? The classifications of living things are domain, kingdom, phylum, class,
Order, family, genus, species.
Very good. Let's do our Latin noun cases. Nominative,
Subject, genitive, possessive, dative, indirect object, accusative, direct object,
ablative.
object of the preposition.
Some parts of a plant cell are nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole, mitochondria, cell membrane, cell wall, chloroplasts, Golgi bodies. Very good. Okay, let's do what are some ways animals reproduce? Some ways animals reproduce are live birth, eggs, fragmentation, and budding. What are some types of seed plants? Some types of seed plants are monocot, dicot, conifer. Tell me about the age of imperialism. During the age of imperialism, the British established rule over India in 1858, and Queen Victoria was declared the Empress of India in 1877. Before his assassination in 1948, Mohandas Gandhi led the passive resistance movement which helped
win India's independence.
Very good, which helped win India's independence. All right, so now we're moving into this week's memory work. What are some parts of a plant? Some parts of a plant are leaves, stems, roots. Very good. Let's do our prepositions for this week. Ready? Outside, over, past, regarding, since. Very good. Tell me about Lao Tzu and Confucius in China. 6th century BC. Lao Tzu founded Taoism, which emphasizes harmony with nature, and Confucius taught compassion and obedience. And that is all of Lao Tzu and Confucius in China. I think the last thing we'll do is review some of our Latin noun declensions.
First declension, noun endings.
Singular first declension. Let's see if you can do it without it. E-O-M-O. E-O-M-O. E-O-M, E-O-S, E-S. E-O-M, E-O-S, E-S. Plural second declensions. All right, let's move into third declension noun endings.
Various
is E-M-N. Various is E-M-N. All right, last thing, let's go ahead and do our timeline. So we have Byzantine, Emperor Justinian, Benedict, and monasticism. Muhammad founds Islam, Zanj and early Ghana in Africa. Franks defeat Muslims at the Battle of Tours. Golden Age. So this is kind of how I spend my mornings with the younger 3 doing math at the same time. I just go back and forth between who needs me, who needs help with what section, and the kids have learned that if I am busy with someone else,
Learn a frame.
if I'm busy with someone else, then they just move on to a section that they know and are comfortable with until I can get to them and help them. Up until about the 3rd grade, there's a lot of real mommy hands-on work in teaching math. After 3rd grade, we move into something called teaching textbooks, which is more online based, and it used to be on CD, but they just moved it online. Between kindergarten and 3rd grade, we use Horizons Math, and we've just loved it. It's very advanced, so the kids tend to be ahead of what the public school.
I need help with this. I'm done. I don't know how to spell this word.
All right, so it says shade the object for each fractional part. So 1/6.
I know, but I can't write it equal.
So fractions have to be equal in part, don't they? So we're
And I
going to
can't
start.
write this one equal.
We're going to start doing it perfectly across halfway, and then we'll come down the middle. Oh yeah, that is hard to get. Okay, so what we need to do then is we'll go like this, Joy, to make them equal. You're going to come here and here, and then you're going to come here and here. Now, do you have 6 equal parts? And how do you show 1/6? Very good. Good job, Joy.
Hey, Mama.
Excellent.
Or 15.
So this is going to review what you've learned in lessons 106 to 115. So Mommy can't help you with this since it's a test today. What do you need to do?
I need to match the
Solid
to its number.
to its
Name.
name. So you need to read these and draw a line to what it is. Okay?
And then when I'm done with my test, could you help me with some of this stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is one of the benefits that I personally find to homeschooling is that my kids get a lot of one-on-one attention from me, especially in the areas that they struggle in. If they are comfortable and confident in an area in math, then they just go with it and they can knock out whole sections or a whole page at a time. But if they come to a part that they're just unsure of, or we've been practicing something and they just haven't quite caught on to it yet, the beauty of homeschooling is that I can stop
What are you doing?
and help them figure that out and really take the time to make sure that they've mastered whatever it is that they're unsure about. So I love that about homeschooling. I know my kids, I know their strengths, and I know their weaknesses, and I know where we need to spend a little more time, and I know where I can just let them go and fly. So for example, our little guy Benjamin, he just started his kindergarten book. And 2 months ago in September, and he is almost done with it. But that's just the beauty of homeschooling. He is working at his own pace and he's excelling. So there's no holding him back. There's no having to wait for other kids in a class to catch up with him. He can I just let him go. And so he's really ahead right now, which is a really great thing. What are you working on?
Squares, and this is the second half of squares, so if I pass it today, I get to go into cubes.
So you are memorizing all your square roots, and then you'll move into cubes after you master these, right?
Yep.
Good job. What are you working on, Daly?
My second half of squares. There's so many.
You're also memorizing all your squares?
Yeah, now they're all in the hundreds and 600s and 400s and all the hundreds. And I'm like, no. Mom, do you want me to
What are you measuring, Joy?
like purple and stuff?
Okay, but what are they asking? About 2 or 3 what?
Inches.
What side of the ruler are you on?
Centimeters.
Okay, so what do you need to do? There you go. Switch to the inch side. Very good. All right, what do you have, Ben? Let's see.
I'm doing my math.
6, 7, 4, 5, 3, 4, 0, 1, 8, 9, 7, 8, 5, 6, 1, 2. Good job, buddy. High five. So this is kind of how I spend my morning, just floating around among the 3 little ones. Just a lot of back and forth, who needs me when, and that's just how we get our math done in the mornings. Now I'm moving into doing independent time, reading time, and language arts time with my younger ones. This is Benjamin, he's our kindergartner, and we're using the Good and the Beautiful curriculum, and we're absolutely loving it. So the way we start out one of our lessons is he just warms up by doing some reading. He reads out of one of the little readers, and then he also has another little reader that comes with the curriculum that he reads from. And then after we do some reading, then we dive into his course book work. For me, this is one of the real joys of homeschooling is that we literally get to just cozy up on the couch to get some of our schoolwork done if we want to. I don't know, there's something super special about homeschooling that just really bonds you with your kids on so many levels, not just educationally, but just being with them all the time, learning together, growing together. I don't know, it's just one of my favorite parts of homeschooling is that we can just snuggle up on the couch to get our schoolwork done it makes learning
I'm done.
it makes learning really enjoyable, I think, at least. Do you like that we get to do schoolwork snuggled up on the couch together? Yeah, it's really special, huh?
But I do not like math.
Yeah. You know, we all have the things we love and the things we don't like, right, buddy? But even though you don't like math, you still do what? You persevere and get through it, don't you?
And I don't complain.
You don't complain. You're a real trooper. Proud of you. All right, so after I do language arts with these guys and we go through our reading, we're about to hit lunch. And so our morning is almost over. I really like to get the younger ones' stuff done first, because if I don't get it done first during the day, I feel like I won't get it done. So making sure that the third grader, the second grader, and the kindergartner have all their schoolwork done by lunch is a real priority for me. All right, Joy, do you have your course book out like that? Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is, it says the silent E often makes the vowel say his name. So we're going to say it. What word is this?
Like.
Good job. Then you're going to trace it, practice some handwriting, and then you're going to write it. All right, Joy-Anna, what word is this?
Home.
Good, home. So then you're going to read home, you're going to trace it, and then you're going to write it on the line. All right, you guys can begin.
I don't have a pencil.
Oh, well, run and go get a pencil.
Do I have two? I have two.
All right, if you have schoolwork on the table, I want you to go ahead and clear it. Daniel, lunchtime.
It's cold.
It's about right at 12 o'clock now, and we are getting ready to have our lunch. So our morning is already over, but we have accomplished a whole lot. We've done our morning chore routine, we've done our Bible, we've done classical conversations. The younger ones have done all their math and their reading and language arts. And my big girls, what have you guys done today?
I did handwriting, cursive, language arts, creative companion, typing, and then I almost finished my paper for CC.
And you almost finished your paper for CC. What did you do?
Oh, and I did charts.
I did
and
math, charts. I did my curriculum, and I sort of did typing, but I haven't done like the actual lesson, but I had to type for my story.
Okay.
And then I'm working on cursive and handwriting now.
So now we move into lunchtime, and every lunchtime I always read aloud to the kids. Right now we're reading a story called Snow Treasure. It takes place during the Second World War, and about how some kids, it's based on a true story, about how some kids hid some gold and hid it on their sleds to get it past the Nazis. It's been pretty good so far. So the rest of the day will be spent doing lunch, quiet time, independent reading time. And then if my big girls have anything that I need to sit down and work with them on, we'll do that. I'll also sit down with my big girls and we'll work on diagramming some sentences. And that'll be a day. We'll probably be done about 2 or 3 o'clock. So that is our homeschool morning routine. We hope you guys enjoyed following along with us today. And we hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe follow along with us on some future adventures. Thanks, you guys. See you next time. All right, who wants to give thanks today?
Me!
All right, Benjamin, loud and proud.
Dad, thank you for this day. Thank you that we had a good day today, and thank you for food. Amen.
Amen.